Hey everybody, Sebastian Maniak here, and today I'm going to dive into what is agent registry. So when you build an AI agent, right, you're not just building one thing, you're assembling several, right? There are agent's identity, the prompts it runs on, the skill it has, and the tools it can call out through any MCP server itself. So each of these artifacts has its own, or each of these pieces has its own artifacts, right? Right now, most teams don't have really a good place, we're not seeing it, right? Where they can store all these things. So this is the gap that agent registry is built to fill. And I'm going to walk you through the platform a little bit, and especially the OSS version for you to kind of play around with today. Today, really the building blocks of an AI agent live in a lot of different places. An MCP server might be published as an NPM package. Another one might be a Python package, right? Or, you could have a third sitting in a Docker image hosted on Docker Hub. Or, worst case, a script that somebody wrote or sitting somewhere in someone's private GitHub repo itself. Then we have skills, right, which are structured packages of instructions and reference materials that teach an agent how to do specific tasks. Usually they live in folders on people's laptops, they're buried in private repositories, or they are in some type of public marketplace which you do not want to pull. And then we have, of course, the agent, which the agent definition and the prompt templates aren't often versioned. We have different versions of agents. Everybody's using their own. Everybody's making copy-paste of what they like and editing it, right? Especially sending it between developers. So when a new individual, a new person joins the team and wants to use that same setup that you have, that a couple of your SREs, your developers have, there's sometimes not a single place to look for them, right? Of course, they could look at Jira and how-to guides, but how do they pull everything, right? They have to track all these components, which tools, which MCP servers, what skills everyone's using, which version they're using, what are the environment variables, and they need to configure their IDE or their Claude code or whatever platform they're using to start using these agentic artifacts. And really that is a problem. And this is the problem I was mentioning that Agent Registry fills. So Agent Registry is an open source platform that gives those artifacts a home, right? It's the registry. In the same way that Docker Hub is a registry for containers or images, Agent Registry is built specifically for your AI artifacts. It handles 4 different types: MCP servers, agents, skills, and prompts. And the nice thing is you can pull the MCP servers from NPM, from your Docker images, remote endpoints, and you could publish them into your own agent registry repository, having kind of your own agents, your own skills directly accessed and managed and monitored. Because the key is to have every artifact registered, versioned. We want to have metadata about the environment, maybe some environment variables, maybe some package references. A score would be great. And having all that in one place, be it, if I log right into the UI here, into the UI of the platform. So this is Agent Registry UI, where we see those 4 different artifacts: MCP servers, skills, agents, and prompts. You have the capability of taking a look at, what is the overall score? What is the package? What is the raw data about it? You have the capability of publishing these to your existing local or Kubernetes environment, searching through it. And if this is deployed in your Kubernetes environment, you could take a look at what is managed and what has been discovered. See what agents are actually deployed inside this Kubernetes cluster, or what MCP tools are deployed. But yet they're not managed by an agent registry. So you can go ahead and start getting them managed through it and find what's running inside the platform itself. The catalog has the capability of creating all those artifacts, be it servers, be it skills, be it agents, pulling skills from GitHub repos, or pulling skills from Docker images. So having everything centralized is super important, right? Centralizing these artifacts in one registry is going to change really 3 things in practice for your organization. Number 1 is the discovery portion, right? Developers stop hunting across repos. They open the registry, they search for what they need, and they see what the organization has approved. Second, governance. A platform team can curate the catalog. They can review artifacts before they're available company-wide. They can add context to others. They can judge whether something is trustworthy and standardize on how things get versioned, prompted. And really, that's hard to do when artifacts are scattered around the place, right? It's more straightforward when you have one single area for all your AI artifacts. And third is deployment. Because every artifact is described the same way, the path from, hey, I found this, to, hey, it's running on my IDE. Is it using it? Becomes consistent. And that same workflow works on your laptop or inside your Kubernetes environment, right? These artifacts themselves don't change, right? What changes is the surface around them. So having this one catalog, one set of tools, or one approval path is very important. And one detail worth noting is Agent Registry paired with a companion project called Agent Gateway, right? Allows you to have the registry to register your artifacts or where your artifacts live, and have your gateway is how the clients actually reach them, right? So instead of having a single IDE or a single endpoint for every single MCP server, right? The Agent Gateway allows you to have one single endpoint. So all your Claude code, your IDEs, your VS code can all connect to one single endpoint. The developer does not need to change anything. And you allow the Agent Gateway to handle authentication, all the routes, requests to the correct backend, give you logging and tracking for the visibility of what your developers, your users, your agents are doing itself. So the registry itself answers what artifacts exist in your environment and what are governed and approved. And Agent Gateways really answers how do clients securely use them, right? Together, both halves cover the entire workflow, right? So just to summarize, Agent Registry, check it out at aregistry.ai. It is an open source project for all your AI artifacts. It manages MCP servers, agents, and skills and prompts that live across many different repos, puts them all in a single home, right? One thing you can also do is not only use the UI, but have the CLI to be able to discover, deploy, and publish your agents, MCP tools, and servers. Simply by installing the Agent Registry CLI, you can go ahead and build agents right away, build that framework, and have them registered to the registry and be pushed inside whatever environment you're running on itself, be it Kubernetes or locally itself. So we also have a community. I'm just going to scroll down here. We have a community channel on Discord where everybody's kind of talking about it, building new things, enhancing the platform. Feel free to join us, and hopefully you like this video. If you have any questions about the links or about Agent Registry, throw a comment below. And thank you for watching.